Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Nico V here, and I am back with another episode of Partner in a Year, the series where I keep a video diary on what I am doing to try to get the title of Twitch partner within the span of 1 year. And usually, what I like to do is I will go over what I did for the week just to keep myself accountable. So, if I'm slacking in some areas, if I'm putting out streams that aren't doing super well, or if they are if I'm doing low effort streams and I'm not seeing results, then I can at least know why and I can kind of improve from there, right? So it's basically a series made to keep myself accountable. And I'm gonna do something like slightly different this episode. I'll still go over what I did later, but I want to start the video kind of responding to a video that Critical made. He's somebody I've watched for a very long time, and he released a video. I believe it was called "My Advice to You" or something similar to that. And what he said in the video is the first half he talked about advice for just accepting that you're a short person. I'm not particularly short. I'm 6'1". I think that's a fine height for me. I'm not dissatisfied with that, so I can really relate to that one. But what I could relate to a lot was the second half of the video where he basically gave advice to people trying to get into content creation and Twitch streaming, which this series is literally just about that, right? And as you guys have know, who like the few people who've been following me, I've been at this for a long time. Again, I think this is week 13, so that like just dipping over 3 months, and which I've been trying. And I wanted to respond to that video because I feel like he said some words that I just like really, really needed to hear because um I've it's been, I don't want to say I've been upset the past few weeks of streaming. I've definitely been frustrated. Like that's something that I'm just gonna say outright because I feel like when I first started streaming, it was like it was a nice. I was almost getting into like the double digit numbers, like 10 to 15, and since then my views have kind of like dropped considerably. I have a lot of subs. That's the one thing I will say. I have subs from a select few people. They gift a lot, and again, I'm always super thankful for them, and I'm thankful for that. But in terms of growth, I feel like myself as a channel, I haven't really grown since I started, and that's just one thing that I really wanted to avoid. I've gained a few more followers. Some new people are tuning in, but in terms of just like the viewership, I want it to be in like be at least like a 10 to 20 viewer Andy by now. I'm still 5 viewer Andy, which you know it's like I like to try to stay positive, but it's not something that this is something that I am just like kind of been frustrated about, and like I'll admit that, and I think it's reasonable. I think that's fair because I think anyone would be frustrated if you're consistently doing streams 3 to 4 times a week and you're having a schedule, you're putting things on time, you're trying to do community playdates, and you're like editing videos and all that, and just not a lot of people are seeing it. It's frustrating for sure. And what Critical said in his video is essentially you shouldn't go into the you shouldn't go into the content creation with just goals in mind. Just do it for fun. And again, I think that's something I needed to hear because I think I've kind of lost sight of that. I think I've stopped doing the streaming and I've stopped making the videos for fun. I feel like I've kind of turned to the side of where I want to do things for views, and I'm trying to do things to try to get stuff to stick, try to make it big on the internet and things like that. But it's not happening, and I'm really glad he made that video because I think starting from now on, I'm gonna change my mindset. I know partner in a year. The whole point is to get partner in a year, and like we gotta grind towards that, right? You know, the hustle mindset and all that on Twitter. But I think from now on, I'm just gonna stop caring about the numbers. I'm gonna like inside. I'm sure I'll still be like upset when the numbers are low, but I think I'm just gonna keep doing it for fun, and I think instead of trying to meet the goal of getting to Twitch partner in a year, I'm gonna just have fun with it. If we don't make it, we don't make it. That's fine. I feel like this is something that I was just like really focused on, and for a while it was upsetting not seeing any growth. But it's like he said, I got to do it for fun, and I think that's what I'm gonna do from now on. And I'm gonna plan more fun streams. I'm gonna just do more silly stuff online. Because how I was kind of structuring things was I was like, oh, is this gonna be a good video? Like I could think of like a funny idea where I do like a skit or something on a stream, and I wouldn't go through with it because I was like, ah, no one's gonna watch that. I'm not gonna get viewers. But I think I just have to get rid of that mindset, and I think I'm just gonna move forward with the idea that I'm just gonna do this to have fun. And then if I make it, I make it. If I don't, I don't, and I will move on from my Twitch career. But yeah, so I gotta say, critical. Not sure if you'll ever hear these words, but thank you for putting up that video. That is something I needed to hear. So we will get on now to the part of the video where I talk about what I did for this last week. And again, that video came at a really good time because I think my average viewership has been like at an all-time low. People really aren't coming in anymore. And I think that's because, well, obviously, other than the regulars, which again, thank you, regulars, if you're watching this. This doesn't apply to you. I appreciate your support all the way through because I do have a core of people that do come in there. But in terms of just like people like returning and people that I used to like, people that I see, not as many of them are tuning in. And these past couple weeks, I think that's because I've been trying to do like a horror game marathon for October. So these past couple weeks, I've just been playing a lot of horror games. I did Resident Evil. I did not really horror games, but like kind of spooky games. So I did Prey. I did Resident Evil. I did a Hellblade. And this past week, in terms of just like fun games to play, I beat Resident Evil. Resident Evil is a great game. Resident Evil 4 to be exact. Hellblade. I beat Hellblade in one stream. It was like a 6-hour game. Hellblade is a fantastic, fantastic game. Absolutely recommend that. Just like a nice small. It felt like an indie game, but like it had kind of the graphics and the assets were just really good. Definitely recommend Hellblade. That was fun. And I also think it's because I'm streaming a lot of Back for Blood, and Back for Blood. I'm more on. I'm more. I know I'm not supposed to be doing this, but I'm kind of just leaving the stream on while I play with my friends. Most because I like to do like YouTube videos and then make like reviews and stuff. So instead of recording, I can just kind of like stream it, and then I'll have that on Twitch, and then I can download the VOD and then make a video out of it. But Back for Blood is a pretty saturated category. But again, that's something that I'm going to try not to think about. I'm just going to do things for fun. And then if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Yeah, Back for Blood was very frustrating. I was playing it all night, and if my hair looks like it's a mess and I look really tired, it's because I was up till like 4 in the morning trying to beat Act 3. Back for Blood was... That game has problems. I'm not going to say it's not fun, because it is, but there are just some moments, there are just some things that game does that's like, I'm just like, why? What were the developers thinking? And I don't know if it was like a developer oversight or if the game just came out too quickly and they just weren't able to balance it properly, because some of the stuff that Back for Blood throws at you can be absolutely ridiculous. But I got it on Game Pass, so it was I don't want to say free. It was essentially free, but I think it was a good game. It had a good starting point, and then it had a good ending point, and then in between was kind of messy. I made a whole video critiquing it, and then they didn't listen to the video. I don't think anyone saw the video, but either way, yeah, I think the point of this episode was to just talk about the mindset change. So if you are watching me, I'm still gonna stream and I'm still gonna go for Twitch partner, but I think I'm gonna do more fun stuff. I'm just gonna do more like fun, silly stuff that like I want to do, as opposed to trying to do stuff that I think is gonna hit. So yeah, before we end this video though, I want to again. I said this already, but I'll say it every week because I want to make sure that they hear it. The core people that do come in and support me, and the people that gift all the subs and like do all that and give me something to talk about, I gotta give them another shout out, and I'll do it every week until we make it big, because those are the people that gave me the chance to do stuff while I'm still small, and they're kind of the reason that like you keep going, because while I do say that my viewership is low and it sucks and it's frustrating that I'm not growing, the people that are sticking around despite the low viewership and despite the despite the, how do I say this? I think that Twitch, I think people, when people come in and they come into a chat that's very active and they can like kind of feel like a community, that's what makes them stick around. So the people that are sticking around, even when not a lot of people are returning, they're the real MVPs, and I will remember them as I try to go into Starhood. But again, changing the mindset this week, we're just gonna try to have fun with streaming. If we make it, we make it. If we don't, we don't. And yeah, we're just gonna go from there. So that's gonna be it for this week's episode. I think I'm gonna feel better about this because like I've just been really, really overly stressed these past few months, and I do not think that I was in a good headspace at all because of how just like how down I was feeling. I wasn't meeting any goals, I wasn't growing, and it sucks. Like it just sucks when you set out to do something and you just feel like you're a failure because everything you do or nothing you do is working. You just want to put on a good show for people, but like you can't even do that. It doesn't feel good. But again, I think that's because I was in the wrong mindset. So we're gonna change that. We're gonna do some fun stuff coming up. People who have stuck with me, thank you. People who are new to this series and want to follow me on Twitch, go ahead and do that. My link will be in the description. It is Nico_VZ, and I think there are some big changes in the future. I have plans for some big changes for the channel and for Twitch, and we'll see if they come into fruition. I got to gather some assets together, but either way, we're going to have a good time doing it. So, fellas, we got, what, this is week 13. We got, I can do math, 39 weeks left. We got 39 weeks left. That's right, right? 52 minus 13 is 39. Oh my gosh, if that's not the case, I'm going to sound so stupid. Either way, we got some time left to try to make it. Let's just have a good time doing it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Nico V. I say Nico V, but my Twitch is Nico VZ. Nico V is my gamer tag. This has been Nico V. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. I'm tired. I'm so tired.